Welcome back to Chow Time Pod. It's your host, Red. I got a video today from Peas World. Passport Sisters in Shambles. No more Jamaica. Felix rep down below. I really appreciate that. Let's get that chow. It's chow time.
Hate to break it to you, this is what men want these days.
Who? What man?
Right?
What man wants that?
What?
This has got to be like a young guy thing. It's not a grown man thing. Talking about some, come here, give me a kiss. Okay, somebody needs to hear it, so we're going to go ahead and drop some knowledge. Ladies, when your man tells you that you look good with no makeup on and sweatpants, he means it. Sure, we love it when you get all gussied up. But peopling is peopling, and you know what the problem with peopling is? There's people involved. Men are absolutely fine just sitting at the house doing absolutely nothing as long as you are there. But all this Tammy Faye Baker starter kit thing, that just don't work. These are the same ladies that go on social media. Where are all the good men at? Guys are just so fake. Meanwhile, all of y'all are out here looking like RDJ and Tropic Thunder. I'm the dude playing the dude. Pretending to be the other dude. You want to put makeup on, you want to do all that stuff and be pretty for yourself.
I love Tropic Thunder. That's probably one of my favorite movies of all time. And him bringing up RDJ. It's just so hilarious. Yo, it's exactly like that.
That's all good. But if you're having to contour your way into confidence, that ain't working. Still, who wants that? What man wants that? That scares me. That's high maintenance. That's like a 30-minute wait just to go to Walmart. That makeup and lingerie, it's a lot like wrapping paper on Christmas when you're a kid. Yeah, sure, it looks nice, but we all wondering what's in the box. I was pretty
Yeah, we're going to rip that shit anyways. Who cares about the paper?
proud of that joke. Ladies, truthfully, no man wants that. Guys are simple. It doesn't mean that we have simple women or we want simple women.
Yes.
But that's
this
just
is
too
correct.
much. That's too much. Like, that is a Scarface amount of foundation. You're just chopping out lines of contour. Am I pretty? You are amazing inside and out, and you will find somebody who loves you for every part of you. That is not going to be the part that they talk about. We're all about body positivity, and I can positively tell you that no man is going to look at that and go, that's what I want. At least no man who's going to be a positive influence in your life.
True.
I can't even do that. That hurts my face.
This is all social media because the regular man keeps on coming out and telling them, we don't like this. This is too much. We don't need the BBLs. We don't need the lip fillers. We don't need too much makeup. We are constantly telling them this. But because of what they're seeing, because the women they see have all this surgery and the BBLs and the lips and the Kylie Jenner and the Kim Kardashian, all these people, because that's what they see and they get all this interaction, they believe over what we're saying, they believe that this is what's beautiful.
This is true. You're right. The amount of DMs, the amount of clout, the amount of influence that these women have are so great that all these other women think that that's what men want. No. Men tell you what we want, and we said no. And we've been telling you no for I don't even know how long, since makeup was probably invented. But guess what? It's still probably the number one thing that women use nowadays. Makeup.
And it isn't. Men find the majority of women more attractive in their natural element.
Correct.
And that's just a fact.
I'm saying about accountability.
It is about accountability.
Okay, but I have a say. So what about
Yes, please do.
in terms of like America, you see so many stories of people, and it's been a pattern of kids who actually have been raised in with both parents end up being shooters and killing, going into schools and.
Why you lying? Why you always lying?
Massive school shooters, and they grew up, and the parents did the best that they could for that child. Well, as we read, it's been a pattern in America. Then what's that then?
It's also a pattern of...
So people do this a lot, right? When they're defending their point, they'll go to the most extreme. You know, I'm pretty sure, was it Ted Bundy, I believe? He was raised with both parents, a loving family. He said it himself. He was just an anomaly. But that doesn't change the facts. That doesn't change the reality. And what I don't understand is, why are women even defending single motherhood? Like, you should know as a single mother how difficult it was, how hard it was. Why are you defending it or trying to promote it or trying to act like it isn't as hard or as bad as we know it to be? The data is clear. And again, you should know you're the one that had to stay up all night. No rest, no social life. If you don't have a family to drop your kids off to or to get help, and you're a single mother, do you know how difficult that is? Why would you even? I get it. You're inadvertently defending yourself, but just because you're a single mother doesn't mean you're a bad mother. You can say, yeah, this predicament is bad.
Correct.
Right? I picked the bad person to have a child with. He's a piece of shit. I picked a piece of shit. I messed up. You probably shouldn't do this. I don't feel like that's not a hard thing to do, in my opinion.
It is, brother, because accountability. They have to actually say they did something wrong, and they're not willing.
Good morning. So now, I'm at the Royalty and the Grill, right? And somehow, I come back to my room, and Rome's jewelry's missing. So now, I'm like, okay, call the people, see what's going on. And now all of a sudden they're telling me, oh, this 3 to 5 business days. It didn't take 3 to 5 business days for the jewelry to get stolen. I'm at the Royalty and the Grill. Do not come here. At the end of the day, they have people that steal your stuff. You can't even leave your stuff in the room. Don't tell me about, listen, at the end of the day, where the piece of jewelry was located, you would have to go through my stuff to go get it. So at the end of the day, I need answers. Marriott, Royalton, the Grill, whoever, I need answers, and I need them now. At the end of the day, this is ridiculous. Y'all know.
The U.S. has announced a level 3 travel advisory to one of your favorite Caribbean islands, Jamaica. Let me tell you why this is such a big deal. This is on the State Department's website, and a level 3 is a reconsider your travel. The reason for this is violent crimes, home invasions, armed robberies, sexual assaults, and homicides.
You know, it's funny because when I posted about the passport gentlemen's getting deleted, women were like, "Oh, because they're defending against predators." Can we say the same thing about this story? Is Jamaica doing the things that they're doing to women and to other people because they're protecting themselves against predatory women?
But they have these things in America too. Normally you can go to these places and stay at your resort and pretty much be safe, but they're saying that sexual assaults occur frequently at all-inclusive resorts, which is pretty much where Americans tend to travel. It also states that local police are really slow in their response, and that when U.S. citizens are killed in accidents or homicides, it takes over a year to get the death certificate. Now, this one is a big one for me. This is why I might reconsider, is because the emergency services and the hospital care, it states that you might not be able to receive high level or specialty care if something like this was to happen. Let's say you were to get in one of these instances, they might not be able to provide the care you need to survive. Also note that most international destinations do not accept your health insurance or Medicare or Medicaid. So this is why I try to preach at least once a week how important it is for travel insurance, because travel insurance covers stuff like this. If your trips are—
I hate to be proven right. I really, really do. Because I've been saying this about Jamaica. I've been saying it. It's not... Look, shout out to all the Jamaicans. Shout out to the Jamaicans.
I have a lot of Jamaican friends from high school.
I'm Grenadian. You guys know this, okay? I forgot to say as well. Happy Independence Day. Okay? 50 years. 50 years since we got away from them pussies known as the West. But in all my time going back home and living back home in Grenada, I never heard someone say, yeah, I'm going to vacation to Jamaica. It's not a destination. Jamaica and Trinidad, I'm sorry. If you don't know anyone, why are you going there? Why? With Jamaicans, right? Or with Jamaica, I should say. Because it's so influential. It's like Jamaicans and African Americans, in my opinion, probably the two most influential people on the planet. And there's this aura around
Bob Marley was huge.
Jamaica. People think it's sweet. It's not sweet out there. When you go, you have to stay in your resort. But now they're saying things are happening in the resort. One thing I do find interesting though, right?
Yeah.
And look, these women aren't going overseas with like intentions to get married or anything. They're just going for a good time. I understand it.
Yeah.
When the men go, most of the times, the Apostle Bros anyway, they're going with intentions to find a wife.
Correct.
So it's different. But when the men go overseas, they're going to places where women are softer, more feminine, more wively. And a lot of these women are going to Jamaica, a
For the big
place where the men are
schlongs.
even more, they're even more, single motherhood rate 85%. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's,
He's right.
but I guess that's what's spun to them.
This girl went into the gym with nothing but body paint on, and it kind of sparked a little debate online. She did have a little like bikini thing on, but the rest of her outfit was painted on. Someone actually came up to her and pressed her, so who do we think is in the right here?
If you don't have clothes on, you need to be out of here, man. I do have clothes on. How's your body?
Go closer.
How's your body? That is body. I work in the industry enough to know. I work in the entertainment field.
He's saying you need to leave. He's not.
No, no, report you for decency. Report me.
I just hate it when you've been called out on your BS and you're still going to argue the fact that you have clothes on when you're doing an experiment with no clothes on. It's like, get the fuck out of here. You've been caught. Get the fuck out.
I mean, she's covered, so.
Yeah, she's covered.
She's covered. So we're not supposed to videotape her.
I mean, the dude has a valid point here. Like, you can't just go into the gym with wearing like damn near nothing. But it is a slippery slope argument because women wear like a sports bra and shorts in the gym, which is like perfectly fine. So I don't know where you draw the line. I'm glad I don't have to be the person to do so. Like, some girls do wear the stuff on the right, which is like a valid counterpoint, but I don't think that's appropriate either. Then she called out Jesse James West for doing the exact same thing, but since he was a male, he could get away with it. Also, again, kind of a valid point as well. So who do you think is in the right here? I'm glad I'm not playing like
I mean, if you want to go to the gym with topless, go ahead. No one's stopping you.
judge, jury, and executioner on this case.
If I was a judge, this would be easy, okay? Everybody is to cover themselves. Nobody wants to walk around in the gym and see you naked. I'm sorry. Nobody wants to see you half naked. I'm sorry. You can do that when you get home. In the gym, you have to cover yourself. And you can't be wearing clothes that shows off all your body parts. Nobody's trying to come to the gym to see that. They really, really aren't. People are trying to go in, get their workout, come out.
It's like, do women want men to be like true creeps and only go to the gym to see women? It's like, is that what they want from us? Like, we want to work out. We want to improve ourselves, not to go look at you whores.
So for me, it's pretty easy. Man or woman, cover yourself. You're not wearing any super tight that's showing all your prints, that's printing every... No. Be respectful. You're in public. Have some decency.
Why aren't we glorifying the suffering of women? Why is it only the one dude who mimicked?
Love her. And she's talking about how we praise Jesus for the pain that he went through, which every mother experiences through childbirth, and then it's stolen and kind of given to praise of a man.
What?
In our entire human history, women...
What?
Women get nailed to the cross?
What? What?
What pain are you talking about?
What the fuck are they talking about?
I'm confused.
have suffered and died in childbirth to create life, and now we have a single male God who creates life. So something I'm obsessed with studying is how female goddesses became male gods in human history, and this really happens at the time of agriculture. So at first, we're nomads, we live with the land, we're matriarchal, and the goddesses are female, and that makes sense because women were kind of the heart of the tribe socially.
When would we ever live in matriarchs? Where the fuck are you getting this from? We've always lived in some kind of patriarch. Why? Because men had to have to protect everything. Just because you were farming, you say you were a matriarch, the men were still protecting the farms.
And they could create life. So God was female, and especially
Women can create life.
Takes two.
I generally don't understand the feminist brain. Women can create life by themselves. They just... It doesn't take two...
God was kind of fertile female. So you see kind of these statues with big breasts and hips and bellies, because what is more magical than a woman's ability to create and sustain life? Then agriculture hits. And when this happens, farming becomes something men can do better because they have more muscles, they have more male strength. And so
Farmers have always been males. Always. Because we always have required a good amount of strength. Because you have to dig ditches and plant things and pull shit out. And carry heavy loads of water to water everything. Where the fuck are you getting this information from?
male strength is valued. And then a priest class is born because for the first time we have a surplus. And when we get a surplus, we get a priest class. And when we get a priest class, we start doing hierarchies. And when we start doing hierarchies, we lose female goddesses attached.
We've had hierarchies since men were born. Since men were put on this earth with women, always has been hierarchies. Just how it works. There's hierarchies in primates and in apes. It is so ingrained in their DNA. Of course it's ingrained in our DNA.
To nature, because now the priest class starts developing male gods, and these male gods are strong, they're hierarchical, they have favorites, they punish harshly, they demand things, they claim land as their own, something that female goddesses didn't do. And so even someone like Yahweh in the Bible was originally a storm god, because weather becomes really important to an agricultural society, so you have to make sacrifices to the grumpy male powerful weather gods. So when a Christian comes on here and says, I'm going to hell, which I get every day, they don't know that God used to be female. And they don't know that female used to be...
I don't even gender God. I think how I view God is a infinite energy that touches everything. That cannot be created or nor destroyed, but it flows through everything because everything was created. That's how I view God. Why? Because we've all been created. We all have creation energy in us, which would kind of flow through us from God that created things. I'm not saying he's a male nor a female. I just think it's more of like a big energy that kind of helped create everything that is within everything. It makes sense that way. To put genders on this being is weird, and to fight for it to be a woman god, that the women god are nicer, that you don't have to sacrifice, you don't have to do things to please the women god, but you do have to do it to the man god. Where are you getting this from?
Be the center of the community. And matriarchy was not flipped patriarchy. It was communal and it was regenerative, and we raised children together, and women contributed 60% of the food through communal foraging.
Fucking lies. 60%? Crazy.
So they don't know that the creator god that they worship only came about because of agriculture, and the god that they worship is basically a storm deity, and their fears of this jealous god is because this is a male god, not a female god, and their wars and battles over which male god is the most dominant and gets the land is just superstition because God became male. And the very thing that they created their male god to be was out of vagina envy, because it always had been women who were the creators in the community. And so why shouldn't we wear female anatomy necklaces instead of Jesus's cross? Because Jesus felt pain for a few days and then he's off in heaven. We should wear necklaces of the female anatomy, because if you want to talk about pain and sacrifice and creation, we don't need your storm deity and we don't need your singular male creator god. We have mothers who do that right before our eyes.
The problem that I have with takes like this isn't actually the take. I don't really care for the take. I don't care. Okay? It's the fact that you're only upset because God is a man.
Yeah.
If God was a woman, you wouldn't have this take.
No.
And that's where the problem is. So everything you say to me, it just means nothing. Because you're only upset because God is a man. Talking about that agricultural God, all that nonsense. If they just made this God a woman, so they changed her, she wasn't the agricultural God, she was the jealous God, you'd be cool.
Pretty much.
This clip behind me is going viral and causing controversy. Check this out. Now there's pretty much two groups of people responding to this video. One group is pretty much saying that this woman here is stunning and brave, and that she exposed all these men looking at her for millions of people to see, and that those men are part of the patriarchy and they need to mind their own business. But other people are pretty much saying, how does she know that they were looking at her? Does she not realize they could have just been looking around the gym like most people do? And a lot of women are pretty much saying that she should take this as a compliment, because they're pretty much saying that she's attractive if they are looking at her. It's not like they're catcalling her or harassing her in any way. They're just looking over at, or if they even were. My personal opinion is that, first of all, I hate people who record in gyms. It's like one of the most annoying and narcissistic things you can do. I bet you those other people don't want to be in your video, and I personally think it's not good gym etiquette. And this whole video just screams narcissism to me. Because she titled the video, "Let's count how many men check me out." Bro, what?
No, she did this on purpose. She literally wore like the tightest of tights, wore like the sheer see-through pink, obviously, and she's not wearing any underwear. I'm at least 100% positive on that one. I could be wrong, but 100% positive. And she's doing these special positions knowing that men are going to look. So she put a camera specifically to catch all these men looking, even though as she's doing her workouts, she doesn't know that there are men looking. But she knows what men will look because she has a nice ass.
She's subconsciously trying to tell all of us just how attractive she is. Just like when I go to the gym, men can't help themselves but look at me. I'm just too attractive. It's like, yeah, bro, that's not attractive whatsoever. And should men be staring at women? No. But in this video, they weren't doing that. They literally glanced over and kept working out. So her trying to prove these men are disgusting really made no sense. And this whole thought process of this video makes no sense to me whatsoever. Like, the gist of the video is, I went out into public and people in public looked at me. Oh my gosh, you're in public. Hello? You're not invisible. I don't know, what are your guys' thoughts on this video?
I mean, their clothes are. Maybe that's why they think they're invisible.
I personally just thought it was kind of cringe, honestly. Because if the guys actually did something wrong here, I would condemn them. Like if they were catcalling her or being rude or harassing her, I would say they were 100% in the wrong.
And here we have another one. A woman seeking... Look how tight her pants are. She knows exactly what she's doing. She wants the attention. Like the guy brought up. Look at the caption. If I was running the gym, this wouldn't be a thing.
I'm going to say this. And I want y'all at eye level when I say this. Only have as much kids that you're willing to take care of by yourself. Come closer. Right? Always think to yourself, can I take care of all of these kids if this man was to leave me? Even if you're married, because a marriage is not for certain. A kid is for certain, though. I'll tell you what is. A baby is. That's 18 years that you have to do. Or you're going to jail for child neglect. It's
Damn, how many women actually go to jail for that? I really don't think that many.
Really simple. Stop letting these niggas do that to y'all. Even if you have one kid, if a man sees you being a good mom to your one kid that you have and he wants to get you pregnant, you should take that as a threat to your life. It is. Because it very much is.
I don't really understand what a threat to her livelihood. Man, I'm trying to... Because I don't think...
Maybe she's just trying to have less kids out of wedlock? Tell people to stop having kids out of wedlock kind of thing? Or is it she's trying to tell women that men are just assholes and dogs, never have kids with them? I'm confused.
She meant that literally, right? That would be crazy. I think she means a threat to her livelihood. I don't know if I necessarily disagree with what she's saying. It's a negative way to look at things, but then again, you know, it's reality. It's like marriage, right? We don't want to get married because there's a chance it might end. So I get where she's coming from. Women should definitely be prioritizing commitment,
I agree.
though. If you're going to have a baby, you need to have some sort of commitment. Doesn't need to be marriage. Maybe it's a house. Maybe you guys buy a house together. I don't know.
Whew. Shout outs to P World for the great content. Passport sisters. You know, when we talk about passport bros and the misfortunes that they get, I get comments down below from women saying they deserve it. This is what you guys get. So when women get destroyed in Jamaica and other places and get HIV and all this, do they deserve it just as much as these men do? Remember, stay in one lane. Please subscribe down below. I really appreciate it. Catch you guys next time.